Okay, so we're starting with the research methods. This is a very typical question asking you to write a suitable hypothesis. Okay, so suitable hypothesis, what do we need to know? We need to know, first of all, our template. We've got to go back to this template. There will be a significant difference in whatever the DV is between condition A and condition B, but obviously you're not going to get any marks for just writing DV and condition A and condition B, even though some of you did that. So that's the first thing. We need to use the template. The second thing is it's got to be operational. And you know what that means. It means putting it into measurable terms. Okay, so the DV here is counting the number of verbal errors made by each participant. Okay, it's the number of. You can't just say verbal errors. That's not going to be operational. We need to be able to measure it. And we could measure verbal errors in different ways. So here it is, the number of verbal errors. Okay, the other thing is your two conditions of your IV. Okay, condition A, the 10 participants were told the audience consisted of 5 listeners, and B, they were told that they had 100 listeners. Didn't mean that they had 100, it didn't mean they had 5, they were told that, so they perceived it to be that. So you need to go back to the stem and be absolutely accurate. In other words, operationalize it in order to get all 3 of your marks. So, and if you don't do that, you won't get the marks. So if we have a look at the mark scheme, we had 3 marks for those of you who'd said there's a difference in the number of verbal errors made by participants who perceive or think there are 5 listeners. In other words, a small audience, 5 listeners, you have to operationalize. And by those who perceive that there's a large audience, in other words, 100 listeners. If you only put, something like that, only one of the variables operationalized, then you've got 2 marks. If it was a bit vague, you've got 1 mark. And if you're just doing some sort of vague statement, you're not going to get any credit at all. It's a really easy way to get 3 marks, but obviously a lot of you were throwing those marks away. So I want you to have another go at that, making sure yours is wonderfully operational. Okay, remember, all the information you need is here. They give it to you. You've just got to take a moment to find it, sift it, and reuse it. They literally give you the information. All you have to do is rewrite it in the right way.